So here we are. We're 1 day away, T-minus 1 day before my daughters leave for college at the University of Alabama. And somebody asked me the other day, they said, Chad, what's your biggest fear? What's your biggest fear about your kids going away to college? And it's the same fear I have in my marriage. It's the same fear I have with my employees. It's the same exact fear I have in my business or with my clients. And it's not a fear that most people think of. See, my biggest fear of my kids going to college isn't that they party too much or they don't study or they get involved in bad relationships. Or those are all fears. Those are all real fears I have, but it's not my biggest fear. My biggest fear is the conversation I'm not a part of. What do I mean by that? See, I'm afraid my biggest fear is that when they hit struggle, and they're going to hit struggle, my biggest fear isn't that they hit struggle, because they're gonna hit struggle. That's what life is. Life is about you finding struggle, having struggle in your life, and overcoming them and learning from them and growing from them. So I know they're gonna struggle. I know they're gonna have adversity. But my biggest fear is that they don't call me when they do, because I can't influence it. See, it's the conversations you're not a part of that have the most impact in your life. So I've tried over the last 18 years to create an environment that I can be part of that conversation, because then I can influence it. I have a really good friend that his kids were going through something really tough, and he got so upset because he found out about it secondhand. And he said, Chad, I don't understand why they didn't tell me. Well, I asked him, have you created an environment that they felt like they could tell you? And I'm not judging, because this is, I'm sure there are conversations that I'm not a part of, but I have focused really, really hard at making myself part of the conversation by creating that environment of psychological safety that says, I can tell you so that you can influence me as your father. It's the conversations that you're not a part of that will ruin your relationships the most. So my biggest fear about my daughters going to college is the same fear that I've had for the last 18 years. And that is, have I made myself worthy enough to be part of the conversation? Your biggest threat to your happiness and to your relationships are the conversations you're not a part of. Be part of the conversations.